We live in a world of transactions. You pay a price, you buy a skill, you pay a fee, you earn a degree. We call them teachers. But have they taught you how to live? Imagine swimming across the Ganges at midnight, soaking wet, driven by a single burning question. Not, how do I earn? But, can you show me God? When Vivekananda asked this, the teachers offered definitions. But the master, Ramakrishna, he didn't speak. He delivered a kick to the chest that shattered the ego and opened the door to a state of ecstasy. A teacher gives you a map. A master is the destination. When the scholars and courtiers laughed at crippled sage Ashtavakra in King Janak's court, he wasn't teaching philosophy. He was testing the vessel. He saw fire covered by ash. One breath, and the king became the disciple. The teacher fills your mind. The master empties your soul so God can enter. Today, we unlock the secret essence of the true master. Let the reign of wisdom begin.
In today's profound talk, we explore the deep difference between a teacher and a master. We will uncover the secret essence of the master and discover how unwavering faith truly grows. To speak of the difference between a teacher and a master is to explore a unique and profound subject. Most people fail to grasp the true distinction between the two. We often refer to those who teach in schools and colleges as masters, yet in reality, such a person is not a master, he is merely a teacher. A teacher imparts external knowledge, education that sharpens the intellect, enables you to earn a livelihood, and helps you navigate the material world. He provides this education in exchange for a fee. Today, while fees vary by institution, the cost is often very high. In these times, teaching is rarely seen as a sacred vocation. It has become a business. This is why students often lack deep respect for the teacher. The student knows, I am paying for the knowledge I receive, nothing is bestowed upon me freely. Therefore, the relationship between teacher and student has become transactional, much like a shopkeeper and a customer. Knowledge is purchased, the price is paid, and the relationship ends there. For this reason, the student cannot maintain a deep emotional connection with the teacher. The teacher also has no concern for the student's happiness or sorrow, their inner life, or the development of their consciousness. He only ensures the student is capable enough to live in the world. He is not connected with him emotionally or mentally in any profound way. Nowadays, there are even teachers who themselves lack knowledge of their subject yet are teaching children in schools and colleges. They work for low salaries simply to avoid unemployment. They are unable to impart even basic knowledge. They merely say, read from this book, here you will find the answers to all questions. Because the teacher himself does not know what he is reading, why he is reading, or what true education is, what will the student learn from him? A wise student realizes this quickly. That is why, in today's society, there is little true respect for teachers. Students may offer a form of respect due to age, but they cannot respect them from the bottom of their hearts. Still, the teacher has importance in society because he is the medium of worldly knowledge. He conveys knowledge so that you can earn money and sustain your life. Keeping this in mind, the student should maintain a feeling of respect towards the teacher. He earns money from you because he, too, must support his family. Therefore, wherever you learn something, there must be a feeling of respect. But if we speak of the master is completely different from the teacher. The master does not give the knowledge of earning money, the master gives the knowledge of life. The knowledge of life is infinitely greater than the knowledge of earning a livelihood. The very meaning of master is light. The master himself is light, he can only give you light. The master is that light which removes the darkness of ignorance. The word itself signifies light, the one who takes you from darkness to illumination. The master rains knowledge just as clouds rain water. But how much you receive depends on your eligibility. If a vessel is kept upside down, then even in the heaviest rain, nothing stays within it. If you are asleep, then no matter how much the master's knowledge rains down, you cannot receive it, you can only intake it when you are awake. Therefore, the first requirement for a disciple is awareness and an intense thirst for knowledge. The master's knowledge does not provide food, clothes, or shelter. From the master's knowledge, you receive the understanding of life itself. The master's knowledge makes you realize how to live. The difficulties in your life end with the master's wisdom. His knowledge is like fire. Just as gold is purified by burning in fire, similarly, the impurities of the seeker are burned away in the fire of the master's knowledge. But for this, it is necessary for the disciple to be worthy. Only then can he enjoy the fruit of this wisdom. In ancient times, masters did not easily accept anyone as a disciple. First, they would test the seeker, and only upon passing would they accept him. The master used to administer very hard tests to judge eligibility, truthfulness, and internal state. If you look into literature, you will find that the Russian philosopher Gurdjieff used to ask those who came to him about their lives, dreams, capabilities, and tendencies so that the disciple's eligibility would become clear to him. He would ask the disciple what kind of dreams he had in the last 6 months. Based on the dreams, he would know the mental level of the disciple, in which direction the mind was flowing, towards pleasure, wealth, or God. Sometimes he would even conduct hush tests so that the difference between the inside and the outside became clear. In one test, he would make a student drink so much alcohol that he would become unconscious and speak whatever was buried inside him, revealing the discrepancy between his outer persona and inner reality. In this way, by conducting many tests, he deemed the disciple worthy. Only when he was satisfied did he impart spiritual education. Then he would make the disciple so proficient that his knowledge would surpass even the master's. But his tests were so rigorous that many disciples left before completing them. Thus, only those disciples who were truly devoted to God and in search of a true master would remain to receive knowledge. Similarly, an experienced disciple also tests the master. Just as inspection is done while buying an item in the market, inspection is necessary before accepting a master. Does coming in contact with the master bring peace to the mind? Is there power in his speech? Does living with him expand one's consciousness? The disciple experiences all of this. When you choose a master, it is vital to inspect him too. If the master himself is trapped in vices, what will he teach the disciple? The disciple cannot be above the master, but the disciple can at least experience how much peace he gains by living in the master's presence, the impact of his knowledge, and how the master answers his questions. When the disciple is satisfied with all these things, only then does he accept him as his master. First, there is trust, then perhaps a slight doubt about whether the master is worthy, because the seeker comes with a questioning mind. But along with experience, that same doubt transforms into unwavering faith. When unwavering faith towards the master arises, then one should understand that the real master has been found. If there are spiritual qualities in the master, they will definitely manifest in some form. And it does not take long for the master to recognize the disciple. He recognizes him, whether by thoughts, by living with him, or by his behavior, and if the disciple is worthy, he accepts him without question. Swami Vivekananda wanted to realize God since childhood. He went to many masters, but everyone kept giving examples from the Vedas, Puranas, and Shastras. No one could speak of God from direct experience. Once, at night, he reached the home of Rabindranath Tagore's father, who was called a great master of that time. He arrived at 12 or 1 o'clock at night, having swum across the Ganges, soaking wet. The master was studying in his room. As soon as he entered, Vivekananda asked, "Can you make me realize God?" The master was very surprised. He looked at him with a deep gaze and said, "Sit, I will explain to you." Vivekananda replied, "I have not come to understand anything. If you can make me realize, then I will stay." He then understood that this was not the right master for him. Finally, he reached Ramakrishna Paramahansa. He was sitting in his room. Vivekananda asked, "Can you tell me how the master's knowledge or God is found? Can you make me see God?" Ramakrishna asked him, "Do you want to see God right now, or can you wait?" Vivekananda was surprised. He said, "Make me see right now, what can be better than this?" Ramakrishna kicked him hard on his chest. He fell down and became unconscious. When he woke up after 1 hour, Ramakrishna asked, "Did you see God?" Through the effect of that touch, he had gone into Samadhi, or a state of ecstasy. Ramakrishna had transferred his spiritual energy into him, making him experience Samadhi. When he rose from that state, he could not explain the experience and fell at the Master's shelter with a stream of tears. Ramakrishna accepted him as a disciple and subsequently gave him spiritual knowledge so that he could reach God himself. First, he made him see God with his energy. After that, he taught him the methods so that he could understand this science for himself. My meaning is that when there is an intense feeling in the disciple, he definitely finds the Master. This is the glory of the Master, to make one experience, not just to explain. Similarly, Yogananda found Yukteswar Bhagwan. He anointed Yogananda's forehead with the touch of his thumb such that he went into Samadhi or a state of ecstasy, and he entered such bliss that it became difficult for him to come out of it. Then Yukteswar Bhagwan shook him and said, "One does not have to sit in Samadhi in life, one has to do social work also." Thus, he received the knowledge of Samadhi or a state of ecstasy and also the knowledge of social service. He taught that along with the state of ecstasy, action in the world is also necessary. In this way, he made Yoganandaji a world master. This is the glory of the Master. That is why the disciple says, "The Master and God are both standing, whose feet should I touch? I bow to you, O Master, who made me meet God." If both Master and God are present, the disciple goes to the Master, because only the Master can take him to God. The Master wants nothing from you. He says, "Appa Deepo Bhava, be your own lamp." The Master only gives the initial light, you must walk the path ahead yourself. The Master teaches you to develop your consciousness. He knows where your energy is stuck and how to lift it up. He watches the disciple 24 hours a day selflessly. The Master finds joy only in giving. There is a very good story. A disciple was living in the Master's house. The Master had complete knowledge, but the disciple was unaware of this. At night when they went out, the disciple was walking by the Master's light. After going a short distance, the Master turned to the right, but the disciple did not have a lamp, so he got lost. The Master walked away. Then the Master said, "Appa Deepo Bhava." This is the teaching of Mahatma Buddha, be your own lamp. How far can you walk in someone else's light or knowledge? Ignite knowledge within yourself, go into Samadhi or a state of ecstasy yourself, meet with God, and then you will need nothing, not even the Master. The need for a Master is generally in the initial stage of spiritual practice so that the seeker does not wander onto the wrong path and can understand whether he is walking in the right direction. In some rare people, the light of God manifests from childhood itself. They have less need for a Master, yet the guidance of a master remains beneficial. The master knows the state of the seeker's energy, where it is stuck and how to elevate it. He teaches the method of developing consciousness and shows the path to unite individual consciousness with the Supreme Consciousness. The master monitors the disciple constantly with a selfless spirit. He does not take fees like a teacher. His joy is in sharing knowledge and in the expansion of peace through a worthy disciple. In the Hindi language, a master is also called a guru. The master is not just a person. The very meaning of master is gu plus ru. Gu means the darkness of ignorance, ru means light. The one who takes you from darkness to light is the master. The knowledge of the essence of the master is extremely deep and powerful. If someone attains the knowledge of the essence of the master, he becomes fully self-possessed. This knowledge is actually the knowledge of light. And God Himself is light. One who has attained the knowledge of light has attained the knowledge of the essence of the Master. There is no higher state than this in the universe. It is difficult to explain this in words. Once, Edison was invited to a school. The children showed him many experiments with electricity. Edison was very impressed. Then he asked the children, "These experiments are very beautiful, but tell me, what is electricity?" The children said, "Electricity comes from here, this runs from it." Edison asked again, "I am not asking what it does, I am asking what it is." An intelligent boy said, "We do not know what electricity is, we only know how to use it." Edison smiled and said, "Son, I have invented electricity, but I also do not know what electricity actually is. My state is like yours. Just as you do not know electricity, I also do not know. This invention has happened through me, but in reality, how it happens, what it is, I do not know." The meaning is this: that which is experienced cannot be put into a definition. The Master is an essence, the guiding light of consciousness. Just as light cannot be defined, similarly, the essence of the Master can only be experienced. So in spiritual science also, what is spiritual light? Light means spiritual knowledge. And what is spiritual light? This is basically elemental knowledge. We all take birth with consciousness. God is situated within us in the form of a seed. Nothing can happen without Him. Just as a gardener nurtures a plant by giving water and manure to the seed, similarly, we develop the seed of consciousness through our spiritual practice, by becoming one with God, and through awareness. It may take many births to develop this, and in the end, it is developed only by the grace of God. When consciousness becomes fully developed, when its dominance is established inside you, then you do not act from your mind, you act according to consciousness, that is, according to God. When this consciousness develops sufficiently, it leaves the body and departs toward union with God. Understand this as a child wanting to meet his father. With its development, when this consciousness leaves the body and meets the consciousness of the universe, there is a glimpse of Nirvikalpa Samadhi, a state of ecstasy. You become one with the entire universe. You enter the state of Advait, or non-duality. In this state, the seeker becomes zero. This zero itself is the great state of consciousness. Zero has an expansion throughout the entire universe. You should know that our universe is expanding faster than the speed of light. Your zero consciousness is also expanding with it. When zero consciousness expands, the tiny electrons inside it expand in such a way that somewhere there is more density and somewhere less. When electrons move in zero, the sound produced without collision is called the sound of Om. This is the state of supreme consciousness. When this sound of Om travels to different layers of varying density, the process becomes like a changing flux. Just as movement in flux produces physical electricity, similarly, light is produced in the universe. This remains very subtle light, but the method of its production is the same. You can sense this by entering the zero state. In the zero state, you become free from your desires. The whole world is operated by this light. So you can understand how great the essence of the Master is. It operates the entire universe. In this state, the essence of the Master does not even have its own individual consciousness. Only the consciousness of the universe remains. Therefore, you can only drown in it, become one with it, but you cannot understand it intellectually. This is the superpower of the world. The Master points toward this state and throws light on it, but the disciple has to walk the path himself. I only want to say that this is knowledge which is very difficult to even understand in life, and walking on it can only happen by the grace of God. Now we come to the second question: what is the importance of a Master? And how does one generate unwavering faith in the Master? You have understood the importance of the Master and the level to which he can take you. There is no comparison between a Master and a teacher in any form. The Master gives you internal knowledge and the knowledge of Brahma. The Master looks for a worthy disciple, and the disciple looks for a true Master. When both meet, only then does the explosion happen. In this context, the story of Ashtavakra and Janak is the supreme example of the master-disciple relationship. Ashtavakra, whose body was bent in 8 places, entered King Janak's court. Seeing him, everyone started laughing and forgot the discussion of Brahma. But Janak sat quietly. When everyone started laughing, Ashtavakra said to Janak fearlessly, "What discussion of knowledge are you holding while sitting with these cobblers? They do not even know what light is. They are laughing seeing my body bent in 8 places, seeing my skin. They do not see my soul." When they do not see my soul, the residence of the universe or Brahma, then what discussion of Brahma can they possibly have? You are wasting your time with them. As soon as he said this, all the courtiers were stunned. The next morning, Janak went out for a walk on his horse and met this boy on the way. Janak did not hesitate at all. He got down from his horse, prostrated at the feet of the boy, and with folded hands began to say, "O great Lord, forgive me. Yesterday in the assembly, I could not gather enough courage to bow to you. How much Brahma knowledge was in your eyes? There was such an effect in your speech, I cannot describe it. Lord, please show mercy and give me Brahma knowledge." Ashtavakra thought, despite being a king, there is not even a bit of pride in him. This means this person truly wants to attain God's knowledge. He is not asking just for the sake of asking. When the master recognized the disciple, and Janak saw his master in Ashtavakra, the connection was made. Ashtavakra was a born knower. He realized in a moment that Janak was burning coal, fire covered by a little ash. He just had to blow once to remove that ash, and Janak would attain Brahma knowledge. Then Ashtavakra said to him only this, "When you have attained the knowledge of the witness, you have already reached salvation. Salvation is nothing different." Then Janak took him to his court, made him sit on his throne, and sat at his feet. He asked, "How to attain salvation? What is self-realization? And why have we taken birth?" Janak asked such questions to Ashtavakra. Upon his asking, the Ashtavakra Gita began. Janak recognized the master in the 10-year-old boy Ashtavakra, and Ashtavakra recognized the worthy disciple in Janak. This is the explosion of the true master-disciple union. In the end, he asked Janak, "Do you know which knowledge I did not give you?" Janak was of sharp intellect. He identified what had been left out in a moment. "You gave me the knowledge of awareness, of dreams, and of the fourth state, Turiya, but you left out the zero. The entire universe is not in the fourth state, it is in the one above that. The entire universe which is inside and outside us, all is one." Now Janak had fully understood that the knowledge inside and outside is one. Knowing this, you can experience how much pride the master must have felt to have found a disciple like Janak. What he did not say, Janak understood in a moment. This is the identity of a great disciple. The great master told him the Ashtavakra Gita, taking the witness as the base. Neither can there be a master greater than this, nor a disciple greater than this. Another small story. A master had 3 disciples. He gave complete knowledge to all 3. He said to them, "I am going out for 1 year. After coming back, I will ask what you did with that knowledge." When he returned after 1 year, the first disciple said, "Whatever knowledge I received, I have written and stored it. I kept it safe in writing." The master went to the second disciple and asked, "What did you do?" He said, "I conveyed the knowledge you gave to some people and collected wealth and property from it." Then he went to the third disciple. He said, "I have distributed your knowledge. Look, lakhs of people are feeling so benefited, feeling great from that knowledge. I did not take anything from anyone, I only gave. I have so much joy just in giving that now I have no desire left." In this way, all three disciples did something different. You can understand yourself who is the greatest among the three. He is the greatest who conveyed the Master's knowledge to the people with a selfless spirit and tried to take them to God. Neither can there be a disciple greater than this, nor a master who tests the disciple and also gives knowledge to the disciples. The master knows the disciple and also knows God. He knows how to take the disciple there. When the disciple sees all this and recognizes it, then this is the great devotion and unwavering faith towards the Master. There can be no other devotion and faith greater than this. When, just by his looking, the energy of God enters the disciple, like it entered Janak. On the other hand, the Master also found that great disciple who became established in the dominion of God just by listening. There can be no greater achievement in life than this. There should be unwavering faith in God and the Master. God is everywhere, our eyes cannot recognize Him. The Master gives you those eyes, that sharp vision, so that you know God is in every atom. As soon as He says God is in every atom, you ask, how is He in every atom? Then He explains it. God is in every zero. There is a zero between every two things. If you can see that zero, if you see the zero of the breath and expand it, then you will get the realization of God. The Master solves all the doubts of the disciple. He uses many methods to explain. This is possible only when the Master himself has had so much experience, only then can he give complete knowledge to the disciple. Schools and colleges give knowledge of livelihood and worldly life, whereas the knowledge of sense control, self-realization, oneness with God, and liberation from the bondage of birth and death is received only from the Master. If one finds such a Master in life, who himself has reached where he wants to take you, then there is no greater good fortune than that. The Master is selfless. He only gives, he takes nothing. Meeting a Master is the fruit of your good deeds. The Master does not rest until he unites the disciple with God. Thank you.